Hey guys, in today's video we're going to be doing a Vivarium build for my Crested Gecko. So unlike my other Vivarium build videos, this one the background's already been complete. I looked back at some of the videos and I decided that the whole foaming and sealant and putting the mud on, all of that, the whole process of the background is quite a long process, and I don't think you guys need to see me repeat myself talking about how to do it. So if you guys want to know how to do a background like this, then I'll leave a link in the descriptions to the 2 videos that I've done so far on how to do a phone background. So let's get straight into it. So this Vivarium build will be for my Crested Gecko spot. I'll put a little picture on the screen right now. So this is the first time I've done a Crested Gecko build where I've done each side. So I'll just kind of come out a little bit so you can see what I mean. So this is the Vivarium right here. So it's cleaned out at the bottom. There's a bit of mud there, but that's fine because the drainage layer will go over that. So I'll just talk through what we're going to do for each kind of angle of the Vivarium. So first off, we've got this branch here. Branches are really important for Crested Geckos. They really need to climb, so that's pretty simple. The first one, we've got quite a slim planter, and that's going to be for a bromeliad. I'm kind of more going down the bromeliad route with this Vivarium build just because you know, I really like some of the species that you can get. Then for this one, we're going to have a Ficus pumila. Then this one, another Ficus pumila. I put both of these here because I had enough cork bark, so I thought why not. So this just means that there's going to be a lot of hiding space. Then on the right, you can't really see it that well, but there's this kind of slim planter here. That's going to be for a bromeliad as well. And then this planter here is going to be for an Epiperum aureum. Can't remember how to say it. They're basically really big pothos plants, and they're great because they pretty much attach to anything, and because of the massive leaves, it's a really good hiding opportunity for Crested Geckos. So yeah, that's pretty much it. We're just going to get into it. I'll talk a little bit about each step, but I'm not going to go in depth really. So first off is the drainage layer. This is really important for any high humidity setup. So any setup that kind of goes over 60 or 70%, then it needs a drainage layer, and this is so that the substrate can have a way to breathe and get oxygen, and it also means that all of the extra moisture kind of goes down to the bottom. We're going to be using Bioactive Herbs Hydro Rocks, so if you want those, I'll leave a link in the description to all of the products that I use in this video. So once you've done that, now we're going to move on to substrates. So for substrates, you're going to need about 20 litres of it. There's a lot of different things you can use, but what I'm using today is 10 litres of forest mix by Bioactive Herbs and 10 litres of sedge peat. These are both great substrates that you can use, and they're pretty cost effective, so you know, it's not too bad. So what you're going to do is just basically throw it on there, and then you'll start spreading it all around.
It's murder, your love, I love, it's killing me, so I love, your love, it's murder, your love, my love, it's killing me, so I love, your love, I love, your love, I love, your love, I love, your love.
Okay, so that's the substrate layer all done. So we basically just got forest mix and a lot of sedge peat. So the reason I like sedge peat is because it's really cheap, and it's good with plant growth, and you can add it to other substrates. So we're going to start off with everything that's in the cork round. So when you get a plant like this, you just want to make sure that you've kind of pressed it out to make sure that you know, it mixes well with the substrate you put in there. So what I do is put it in like that, and then if you need to, just add a bit of substrate to it.
You stole my heart so you could murder me, and I wouldn't feel pain. Bittersweet in your protection, darling, saving me from yourself. You stole my heart so you could murder me, and I wouldn't feel pain. Bittersweet in your protection, darling, saving me from yourself. I love, your love, it's murder, your love, I love, it's killing me, so I love, your love, it's murder, your love, my love, it's killing me, so I love, your love, I love, your love, I love, your love, I love, your love, your love, I love, your love, I love, your love, I love.
So that is basically that level of the Viv done.
It's killing me, so I love your love is murder. Your love, my love, it's I love your love is murder. Your love, my love is killing me, so I love your love is murder. Your love, my love, it's killing me, so I love. You stole my heart so you could murder me, and I wouldn't feel a thing. Bittersweet in your protection, darling, saving me from yourself. You stole my heart so you could murder me, and I wouldn't feel a thing. Bittersweet in your protection, darling, saving me from yourself. I love your love is murder. Your love, my love, it's killing me. So I love your love is murder. My love, it's killing me, so I love your love, I love your love, I love your love, I love your love, your love, your love, I love your love.
Okay guys, so it looks like we're completely finished now. Everything's all been put in, and we're pretty much done with the setup now. So I'll just quickly go through everything. I changed a couple things. So first of all, I placed all of the Photonia together to make like a little bed of it, and it looks really cool. I really like it like this because it will give a great hiding place for all the custodians to just put in, and it should be a good hiding space for my Crested because, you know, it's kind of like a little jungle down there. And we've added a nice cork bark piece here because it's the one that's currently in Spot's current tank, and he really likes it, so he spends a lot of time under there. And then we've the little cushion mosses right there. So here we put Camodora elegans plant, which is basically a palm plant. I ordered 3 of these, so I had a lot of them, so you can kind of just see it there. So it's going to do really well. And then at the back we've got the 2 Camodora elegans plants, so I'll just see if I can get a closer shot for you guys. So you can just see, so this is number 1 here and number 2 there. So we've also got the 2 Ficus pumulas back there. These guys grow so fast, so hopefully the fact that they're kind of shadowed by the other plants won't affect them too much. Then up here we've got the Neragilia fireball. I put this at the top because this one requires some decent lighting, so I wanted to be able to put it closer to the light because all of these other plants are very quick growers. So I want it to have a head start against everyone else just so that it has a decent chance of making it. We've got the Pothos plant at the back. I've cut a lot of it down because it was kind of overwhelming. So I've cut some pieces off, and I put pieces in my Europlatus tank and my 2 other Crested tanks. So it did have a purpose in the end. And then here we've got the Neragilia fireball. This is the other one. Once again, I'm doing this because they require some decent lighting, so I wanted to give it a head start compared to everyone else. And then there was a little cork plant in here, so I put a couple of those cuttings in there. So hopefully that should do well. So yeah guys, that's pretty much it. Only things that I would like to add more would be some leaf litter because the bits down here are quite bare, and then maybe a couple of extra branches because right now I've only got this one here, which is a decent one, but you know, the more branches the better really. So I'll probably look into adding some more, but I'm actually pretty pleased with the setup. It looks pretty decent. So yeah, that's pretty much it for that setup. Now we're going to show off Spot for a little bit. Okay guys, so here's Spot. He's having a quick look at his enclosure right now. It's probably okay. So yeah, that's him in his enclosure now. So we're not going to see him that much because he's probably going to want to have a decent look at it. But He's really been putting on weight well, which is good, so he's finally been able to have this set up. And it's just why I put him in this, because knowing me, I probably would have bought a new reptile by now if I didn't need to upgrade this little guy. He's definitely proving out to be a male because his balls are just getting bigger and bigger by the day. So he's definitely a male. I really hope he likes this tank. He's probably got the best Crested tank out of all of my Crested geckos, just because all of the other ones are so big that they can't have all of these plants because it's really difficult because they just keep on wrecking them. But this guy's still quite small. He's only 20 grams, so he can't really demolish anything. You can still see him just up there. He kind of molds in with the background really well. But I hope he really likes his setup. If you don't know much about Spot, guys, he's about 2.5 years old now, and he's only 20 grams. So he's been a really slow grower. I've talked about this in a couple reptile room tours before, and I think that's down to he was a rescue. I'm thinking that he didn't get fed much when he was a baby, and that kind of stunted his growth. So hopefully he'll become an adult Crested gecko. I don't know if he will, but for now he's 20 grams, and I'm hand feeding him every other day because he just can't eat on his own for some reason. He's never had success with it, so I hand feed him every other day. So it's kind of like a massive milestone for him to finally have his adult set up, because it's taken so long for him to get big enough where he can have one. I'm just going to see if we can get him back into the shot, or just push him. There we go. You can kind of see him there. But yeah, he's kind of had just a difficult time with it, so I'm really glad that I've been able to give him this setup. So hopefully he'll really enjoy it. So that's pretty much it for today's video. You guys will be seeing a reptile room tour in the next couple days. So I'll show off all the enclosures where I added a couple plants that were spare. I'm sorry that I'm being kind of inconsistent with my uploading. That's just because I struggle with getting ideas. And I've got a couple videos lined up that should be out within this month. You know, so I think I've got a leopard gecko video coming out in a week or two, so that should be good. But for now, I hope you guys are enjoying the videos that I do put out. So yeah, this video is probably really long, so I'm just going to cut to the chase now and finish. So yeah guys, I hope you really enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video.
Bittersweet in your protection, darling, saving me from yourself. You're so hot, so you could murder me, and I wouldn't feel a thing.